Good morning. Welcome to my kitchen. I just woke up and I am drinking my morning shake. And happy Friday to all of you guys. Now, this is my healthy shake that I'm starting to drink because I am back on my diet, trying to start a healthy eating plan that hopefully will continue. So I'm clearing out my cabinets of the bad things and trying to replace them with the good things. It will be quite a transition, from one thing to the other. So for today's episode of Gale's Tales, which I haven't done in a while, I wanted to tell you some things you didn't know about me. So this could be quite eye-opening. I am dedicating this I'm dedicating this episode to Country Mama Musings, Alicia, because her and I were talking when I came up with Gale's Tales, and I told her I wanted to tell my stories, but they weren't as interesting as hers, and she said, no, I'm sure your stories are plenty interesting because they're yours. So, I'm dedicating this to Alicia at Country Mama Musings. Okay, so I am a Christian. I've always been a Christian, but I didn't always travel on the right path. I grew up with an alcoholic father. I left home at 17, and I was determined to get out there and do things my own way, my way. And I did go through various partying phases. I did actually party, go to bars and drink and stuff like that. I know you probably don't picture that from me now because I always try to live by the God's love always, philosophy of life, which I hope is what you see from me. Generosity, love, giving people chance after chance after chance, because that's what it says we're supposed to do in the Bible. And I am not a goody-goody two-shoes. Like I said, I went to bars. I actually drank. I partied. I did all of that stuff back in the day. And I was also very unlucky in love. So I've been married more than one time. I continually would pick the wrong guy, discover it, load up my car with all my stuff, and leave. That was my process. It's like, oh, this one's going bad, and I would leave. So finally, I decided that wasn't working for me. That I needed to find someone who had really awesome qualities that I admire, which I think my husband is the kindest person in the world. At every family gathering, church or family, he always gets in the back to let everybody else get what they want first. And that's not like me, but that's like him. I admire that quality. Actually, at the very beginning, I used to let all the girls get what they wanted, and then he would serve himself last, and then he would end up with a little tiny child-sized portion. So that's when I actually started plating all the food for my family to make sure everybody got an equal portion, or at least the people who ate a little more got a little more, and the people who ate a little less got a little less. And I actually try to eat less. I'm actually the last one at the table. Other people eat fast and I eat really slow, but also I tend to talk when I'm at the table because someone's right in front of me. I have a captive audience. So that's basically how my life went. I would party, be in a relationship, party again, be in another relationship, party again. It was just like this vicious, endless cycle. So my life was just a disaster. But when my husband and I got together, we started off our relationship going to church together. He would go to church there in my town. I would come here to his town and go to church. And we did that back and forth. And I did agree to move here. I told him I would agree to move here if I found a job, which I found a job at the hospital as a receptionist for a doctor's office. So my life has not always been perfect. We went to one church, and that's the church we started at. And we spent probably a few years there. Then some things kind of went downhill at that church, and we changed to a different church. And we really, really like this church better. And it's a more casual environment. You can wear your jeans and t-shirts and tennis shoes and shorts or whatever. So we love it. And the philosophy to this church is no perfect people allowed. So people are in there with their shorts, people that other people would not accept in their church because they don't look right, those people are at our church. We love those people and accept those people, which is what we're supposed to do. That's how church is supposed to be. So I had to see a different church to compare to this church. Also, when I was at the other church, they were doing kind of old-fashioned music, which is not anything wrong with that. But I do prefer more contemporary Christian music, which I never felt comfortable to say at my old church. But my new church has all the contemporary music. They have Reckless Love of God, Waymaker, all these really cool songs that I like to listen to on Pandora. I had a cat that was trying to scratch up on something. I'm like, no, don't do that. So I didn't always go down the right path or make the right choices. It's actually just within the last 7 years that I've tried to, since my husband and I have been together, I've tried to make my life better, because my life was going bad when I was not following him. I always prayed. I didn't always do right. I knew when I was doing wrong, and I would always ask for forgiveness for it because I knew what I was doing was wrong. So I'm trying to be a better person, and I'm not always perfect. I don't always get everything right, but I'm trying to improve. So I'm not a goody two-shoes. I did the wrong things already. Now I'm trying to do things right as best I can. I'm not a perfect person, so I'm going to the perfect church, because no perfect people allowed. That's definitely me. So since I'm talking about my church in this Gales Tales, I am going to put a link to my church's website. Every Sunday they do a video on YouTube of the service. So you can check that out on the day of or days and days later. You can binge watch it. I'm pretty sure it's all on a playlist. I think they just met their 100 goal. So I'm going to put the link to New Destination Church, Breckenridge, in the description box. So you guys can go by and check out my church. Shout out New Destination Church. So that is my story. I did not always live a perfect life. I am doing my best to be a good person now. I was never a mean person. I just did some wrong things. I've always been a kind person, a sensitive person, a loving person, and a generous person. When you see, if I get money, I'm always generous and try to give to other people. I try to give love gifts to people when I get gifts. When I get my YouTube paycheck, I always purchase a gift card or a gift or something out of it for somebody else. I am a generous person. I do the best I can. And this is my story. I'm doing the best I can with my life. And I do need prayers sometimes. I do have sensitive moments. I do get my feelings hurt really easily. And I do love people deeply and genuinely. And love all of you guys. Have a great day. Be blessed. Do something kind, guys.